legal lawsuit. It's called a derivative lawsuit, which seeks to hold corporate boards liable for breaches of their duties to shareholders, although courts generally find boards are protected from these lawsuits for good faith decisions. I mean, in God we trust, the guns are just backup, right? Artard, check it out. You're not the only idiot with face tattoos. I don't know if you watched on, the YouTubes lately. There was a dumbass chick who got the tattooed of her boyfriend's name that says Kevin across her forehead. I think that women shouldn't have certain roles only for the simple fact of the importance that they have as being a woman.
The term assault weapon could be used more than I could assault you with a hammer, and then that would be used. That would be termed as an assault weapon. Like, there's several different people. No matter, this goes to show that no matter what religion, race, creed, you don't speak for a whole entire thing, a whole entire religion. If you're going to promote a movie that has an all-female basis, you make sure you want to cover over the other facts of proper storyline telling, great writing. Sorry, editor.
Shotgun go,
which is me.
Shotgun go.
Shoot! Never mind. I was gonna do.
Guess what I did today?
No, I was gonna do that. Da song.
Guess what I did today?
What?
I passed my class.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh God. I wouldn't do that because some of our crowd might be epileptic.
No, that's this.
Don't do that. I'm gonna make you put a strobe light warning, like. He's flashing us in the best way.
That is the best way. You don't get to see nothing you don't want to see.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but I passed. Oh. Hey. But yeah, no, I passed my class today.
I'm proud. What'd you get?
I don't know yet. I just looked and he hasn't put anything up. So.
Giggity.
Thanks. Oh, here it is. Oh, grades.
Did you hear the last YouTube short comment? Like one of the, like the STI one?
Yeah. You see what I put?
Yeah. And I said, correction, sir. He's not a grad. He's a student. He has more to learn. Yeah,
like this is a step into the field of, oh shit, on my final I got good marks. This is just an entry into gunsmithing, okay? SDI is not the end-all, be-all of your gunsmith knowledge that you could obtain. And people who use SDI as a sponsor tell you that if you want to get your start in gunsmithing technology, this is the start into this industry. This is the most, I would say, prevalent start. This is the only college I've ever heard of where you can learn gunsmithing ever.
Do you know what?
If there's other ones, they might suck because they don't have the money for fucking marketing. Because I've never heard of them.
Here, do you want to know that the equivalent of Army Strong, my version of Army Smart is?
What's that? Take my strong hand.
And
no, but this is only like a stepping stone, and unless that gentleman is doing anything to better himself, I congratulate him and would love to share in the stories of his success. If he's not, however, sit the fuck down.
And that's when we hit the intro. That would suck. Hey guys, Matt here, telling y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell to get notified each time that we're on. Oh, I say I love y'all so much. Enjoy the show.
Fucking prick.
Welcome to the Article 1776 podcast.
You're a gunsmith's an SDI graduate. Get another gunsmith.
That looks like
that's what retard. I heard. That's what I heard.
That face just reminded me of a retard. Fucking
yeah, that's what I heard. When I read that, I was like, "If you're a gunsmith, does it SDI?"
I heard one
fucking
joke.
Tool.
I heard one joke that on a meme. God, I'm gonna go to hell for saying this.
Mm-hmm.
You ever notice how if a deaf person female gets fucked, she sounds like a seal?
Oh my god!
And monetization, bye bye. Don't worry, Carol, or whatever that your name is, Representative. We're just here for laughs and no mean for.
I'm here for the popcorn.
Yeah. I'm ignoring.
So yeah,
that.
I got a bunch of. So apparently, my next I thought I was supposed to have a week between classes off. Mm-hmm. Apparently, tomorrow is my next class. They sent me some cool stuff. However, they sent me like a bag full of training rounds. They sent me a micrometer and a gunpowder scale.
Show that real quick.
Hi. I'm shit now.
That ass, though.
Oh, and I got a bullet puller, too. Not that kind of bullet.
So, guys, you
bullet
can get this all at SDI show. Do them all really quickly. Go to SDI.edu.
No, you can't. Oh, yes, you get this at SDI, but you got to be part of the course.
Yeah.
You don't just get it.
Get some education like this, dude. Learn something, even in the PP world. Go to SDI.edu.
Yep. So, got a bullet puller. I don't know how to use this yet. Mm-hmm. Right now, it just looks like a giant hammer. And that's what I'll use it for.
I think you put some sand in that thing, but...
No. Got a Hornaday standard micrometer.
There you go. And what's the other thing?
A Lee safety powder scale. And then a bag of training rounds.
There you go.
I don't know which ones are all in here.
Have you seen the
38 special?
What's the
223, I'm sure.
What's the round that costs like $4 a round?
Yeah.
It's like a pistol, but it's like a rifle casing, but you put it in a pistol.
5.7.
Yeah, 5.7.
This one is a 30-30 Winchester. Mm-hmm. I believe this one's a 308. Hornaday. Nope, 7mm. But now, mind you, this is actual ammunition. However, there's no powder, mm-hmm. and there's no primer.
Yeah.
The projectile, however, is real. The crimping, the neck, the casing, all that is real. However, this neck is fucked up. Yeah, you can't see that. You can kind of see it.
Giggity. But here's what do you think about the ones that have light at the end of them that you can put in your barrel to increase your aim? Or your zeroing, I mean.
They're okay. But I would say get the Mantis dry fire system. I actually am already paying one off. Fucking Klarna.
That sounds like you hate the dude or something.
No, I like the fact that Klarna lets you pay so much over a period of time. Mm-hmm. But $300 is a lot of money.
Is that for the payoff each time, or is that in total?
Total.
Okay.
So they only take like $25 a month, or $25 every 2 weeks.
So that's $50 a month.
$50 a month, and I have to pay over $300. But it's the Mantis dry fire system. Garantham, Mike Mayfield, they recommend it. Charlie recommends it. Donut uses it. Mm-hmm. So, I figured that was a decent investment to get, especially because I have to go renew my shit this year coming up. And then this year I am applying for my concealed license.
You mean your, CCW?
Yes, my concealed license.
Okay. But what does that all do for the state of New Jersey?
I just can't carry in like movie theaters, sporting events, schools, hospitals, stuff like that.
The stuff that you can't federally carry anyways.
Exactly.
Like
movie theaters, I can take it when I go shopping. So basically like movie theaters, schools, hospitals, post office, school functions, government functions, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. If I go on base for any reason, obviously I have to check my weapon.
Yeah.
So fun stuff.
Yeah, it's the stuff that you don't, for those of you that don't necessarily know about the pew pew world, where there's quite a bit of restrictions. Speaking about restrictions, you had a topic about a certain someone that is now underneath the limelight because, you know, like someone of religion.
Talking about the nuns?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So this actually, I read about this several days ago. Apparently, some nuns in Nevada, some Catholic nuns, have decided to sue Smith & Wesson to halt its assault style weapon sales. Uh-huh. Now I want to remind you, and I want to remind everybody out there, I can assault you with any weapon. Mm-hmm. My Glock that's sitting right here in front of me. I could assault you with that Glock. Would that Glock necessarily be considered an assault weapon?
No,
because the media didn't cover it as one.
Well,
because now the media is apparently the ATF.
The term assault weapon could be used more than, I could assault you with a hammer, and then that would be termed as a assault weapon.
This could be an assault weapon for that matter.
Yeah, not even just a gun. It could be anything.
No, that's absolutely true. Mm-hmm. I'll pull the clip up here in just a second. Okay. Now, there are several key points that I find very interesting in this story.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, it's not popped up yet.
It's taking its sweet ass time.
You're sweet.
Ass.
I was being complimentary, but okay.
I was too. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Catholic nuns sue Smith & Wesson to halt its assault-style weapon sales. A group of Catholic nuns Tuesday sued the board of Smith & Wesson to try to force the gun maker to abandon the manufacture, marketing, and sales of assault-style rifles that have been used in U.S. mass shootings. The nuns, in a lawsuit filed in the state court in Nevada, alleged that Smith & Wesson's directors and senior management exposed the company to significant liability by intentionally violating federal, state, and local laws by failing to respond to lawsuits over mass shootings. These rifles have no purpose other than mass murder, the nun said in a statement. Smith & Wesson, which is incorporated in Nevada, did not respond immediately for requests for comment. AR-15 styles of mass shootings have shocked Americans. First page lawsuit contains a photo from a mass shooting at a Colorado cinema in 2012, which we remember, that showed a Smith & Wesson assault rifle on the blood-splattered ground next to pink sandals. 12 people died and 70 were injured in the attack. Here's where it gets funny. This paragraph right here. The group of nuns filed the lawsuit in their role as Smith & Wesson shareholders.
What?
Bro. Why are nuns Smith & Wesson shareholders? Even furthermore, the question is, why are nuns shareholders in anything? Because what's one of the capital rules of being a nun?
I don't know.
Well, I have a little bit of insight into this because my wife, not a Catholic nun, but did go to an all-girls Catholic private school.
Are you done with the share screen thing? Sorry.
No, because there's still more.
Okay.
To be a nun, you have to give up all worldly possessions. Which means that you cannot be a shareholder of anything. Because that's a possession. So technically, if they are shareholders of Smith & Wesson, the church would in fact be that shareholder because the church owns their property. Okay? Now, the second question is, what business does a group of nuns have obtaining shares of a weapons manufacturer? Doesn't that seem a little bit fishy?
No, I'm just picturing GTA 5 with a nurse randomly appearing and having
a nun. Do you mean?
Yeah, nun. Yeah, nun appearing with a with an MP7.
Okay, but the thing is, the thing what I find absolutely hilarious about this is that nuns hold shares of a company that produces firearms and other, knives, weapons, stuff like that, right? But they are not supposed to have anything. They're not supposed to have, physical possessions like that. I would feel that they obtained those shares with malicious intent. Now, it is a legal lawsuit. It's called a derivative lawsuit, which seeks to hold corporate boards liable for breaches of their duties to shareholders, although courts generally find boards are protected from these lawsuits for good faith decisions. If it's successful, if this lawsuit's successful, it holds the company's directors liable for any costs associated with the allegedly illegal marketing of assault rifles, and any damages would be paid to Smith & Wesson, not the plaintiffs.
Okay.
Nuns, man. Out here buying up fucking gun rights so we can't fucking have shit.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
don't know if you notice the difference between some certain religions, say like the proud American religions, Christians, and some of the ones that are still woke. And especially in today's day and age where you got drag queens going into churches or,
teaching our kids, going to churches and shit, eating lunch with the Pope.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I've seen quite a bit of Christians or Catholics too that would have a picture with the American flag behind them holding either a shotgun or an AR with the Bible in their hand too.
Yeah.
So there's several different ways that
in God we trust, the guns are just backup, right?
Yeah. Like there's several different people, no matter, because this goes to show that no matter what religion, race, creed, you don't speak for a whole entire thing, a whole entire religion, or
You don't speak for a whole country.
Yeah. But there are some certain people within a religion that makes that religion look bad in some sense. Case in
Absolutely.
point with the nuns here, and looks hypocritical.
It really does. Like I would see that, you know, in the legal standpoint, like nuns are not allowed to have any physical properties. And if they had them before they entered the nunnery, all those physical possessions would actually have to be turned over to either sold or turned over to the church. You know?
Uh-huh.
So like it would seem that somehow they skirted the laws of their institution and are illegally obtaining shares of a weapons manufacturer just because they don't like what they make.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they obtained him for the sole purpose of it seems like a malicious lawsuit, a malicious intent lawsuit. Now I don't think a gun manufacturer should be held liable for what happens.
No, because
it's not the gun maker's fault. Like my, Glock of Austria does not, intend for my weapon to be used in a crime.
Yeah.
That's not its intent and purpose. And for all intents and purposes, I am following that aspect to the letter. It's for home defense, self-defense. I've never had any inkling of taking my weapon outside and hurting anybody just for the pure, practice of I want to fucking hurt somebody because I'm mad at the government or the man has stopped me from getting a job, so I'm going to go out and shoot people.
It's fucking intense. You see that what I did there? Intense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see. Yeah. That's camping.
Yeah.
Fucking intense.
Looking at you, Cod. But
I don't think these companies should be held liable for what some dumbass crazy person does.
People don't take into, I'll say it time and time again, people don't take into accountability of the fact that some weapons can be stolen, whether it be crossing the border, put into the gang members' hands. Some pew-pews that had serial numbers could be marked off and scratched off, and you can't trace them. That's not the gun maker's fault. That is the person that has actually been doing illegal things for a long time. And
so you want to hold people accountable for that shit? Hold the government accountable for that shit. Hold our government accountable for that shit. I can tell you why. We left thousands of rifles over in Afghanistan when we left. Mm-hmm. What happened? They ended up in fucking Israel. They ended up in fucking Gaza. They ended up in fucking Lebanon. They ended up in fucking Egypt. Like, hey.
Do you know who, and I said it earlier, do you know who created the black market?
The U.S. did. The CIA did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look how bad it's gotten.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, so it's crazy.
Y'all are going nuts.
Speaking about nuts, there is a movement.
Nut.
There is a movement. I'm not sure. Are you sure want to talk about the nuns suing Smith & Wesson?
No, I think we're done. Yeah. Smith & Wesson says they may have to... For many years, gun makers enjoyed broad immunity for liability of mass shootings due to a 2005 U.S. law known as the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. But last year, rival gun maker Remington agreed to pay $73 million to settle claims by families of victims of the 2012 shootings at the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut, which was encouraged others to sue over mass shootings. Wow.
Yeah. I've been to Connecticut before. If you mention Sandy Hook,
it's a shithole.
Yeah, but if you mention Sandy Hook, people would be pissed at you. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a bad thing, but so you got to prevent bad things. So mentioning Sandy Hook,
hey, you want to prevent school shootings?
Yeah.
Hire 10 to 15 veterans, combat veterans, for every school. Yeah, there you go.
They'll make sure it gets. And one thing that touched my heartstrings was the kid that prayed for an angel over in Afghanistan. I think it was Afghanistan or Iraq, and
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There was a meme. Well, it's a meme that I saw that a kid from Afghanistan or Iraq was praying to the gods for an angel. Next thing you know, a special operations soldier drops in, like arriving in 15 mics.
Gotcha.
So I
think I've seen that one before.
I was like, that's pretty cool. That kind of tugged at the heartstrings a little.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one before.
But speaking about nuts, I was going to make
nuts.
a joke. Yeah, I was going to make a joke.
Yeah. So here's something. The Florida Joker. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The guy with all the tattoos on his face. He's a Florida man. Hey, looks like the Joker.
Sorry, I had to cut you off. Your screen thing is still showing.
My screen thing is still showing. Oh.
So then that way,
you don't want to see my screen anymore.
I love seeing your beautiful face, but the thing is that I have to edit that out, sir.
Edit that out.
Yeah. I know that's kind of hot though. But you were saying about the Florida Joker.
Cock check. So yeah, apparently GTA 6, Rockstar used, he thinks Rockstar used his image and likeness to inspire one of their characters, and now apparently he's demanding that Rockstar pays him. Hey, fuckboy. You're not the only idiot with face tattoos.
Yeah.
I say that lightly.
I know who you're talking about. I've seen the mugshot.
Yeah. Florida Joker boy. Yeah. Apparently he's a tattoo model. Yeah. There's nothing modeling about that. Anyway, Artard, check it out. You're not the only idiot with face tattoos. I don't know if you watched on, the YouTubes lately. There was a dumbass chick who got the tattooed of her boyfriend's name, and it says Kevin across her forehead. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I saw that one.
It says Kevin across her forehead. And you know what? Now she regrets it. Yeah. Stupid fuck. All because some stupid fucking idiot on TikTok got a tattoo across their forehead of someone's name. Like, you realize that every guy that you're with after Kevin, that's just going to be a bullseye, right?
She could have just had.
Get it?
She could have just had Kevin come with this whole entire name across her head. Kevin, that's washable. No judgment there. But you're going to receive serious judgment by having a dude's name tattooed across her forehead. Remember?
Yeah, she got a lot of backlash. Everyone calling her stupid.
I'm not sure if you heard this.
She's stupid.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you heard this, but your Florida Joker story just reminded me of a little story. Remember Lindsay? I'm not sure if you heard. Lindsay Lohan sued someone because she thought that a video game, or I think it was a video game. I'm not sure which
Grand Theft Auto.
Yep.
It was Grand Theft Auto. She thought that they used her image for the lollipop chick.
Yep. I'm not sure if she won that settle
No, she didn't. I actually read something about that a couple of days ago. She did not. They settled out of court.
She realized where she fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they did. They probably paid her a couple $100. Like, here, just shut up.
Yeah. Go use that for whatever drugs that you're snorting out.
Right.
And some certain actors have fallen a long way from where they were.
Drew Barrymore.
I'm not sure what happened to her.
I mean, she still looks good at the same time, but like now she's a cooking show host or a TV show host, like primetime. Like that's what happens when like actors and shit fall off. Well, they host TV shows.
I mean, like seriously falling off. But it's like,
oh, like Britney Spears.
Yeah, I think like the drugs that she possibly was on or forced to take. I don't know the situation, but I've seen a model. I forgot her name, but she was walking the streets and she was recorded while on some sort of drug. She was like some sort of supermodel. I forgot her name. Like shit like that, you know?
I mean, that's what that fucking lifestyle does to you guys.
And good job. But speaking about lifestyles, and I'm meaning to touch upon this, and I know how you feel with everything about it, but some games that are, you know, kind of pretty cool, you know, you got great games such as like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, what they do in Assassin's Creed, you know, with
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, Perfect Dark. They don't push the lines of femininity, in my opinion, too much, which why that they were great games. But
well, I mean, when you say that, like, what are you trying? Like, what do you mean? Like, is it that you know a woman should be doing what a man does? Like, how are you?
Well, here's what I think about it. They did a great job. The stories were put together greatly. Lara Croft looked awesome. Beautiful
with her polygony tits.
Yeah, awesome as shit. But how the whole you know like the whole Marvel female thing? You hear about that? How they kind of tanked in the box office?
Well, yeah, but I mean that's not just because they were women. It was shitty writing.
Yeah,
like Ghostbusters, great movie.
Yeah,
the original Ghostbusters, all three of them, great movies. The ones where they redid it a couple years ago, it was all chicks. It was shit. Yeah. Not because it was all chicks. It was just written very crappy.
But here's my take on it. If you're going to promote a movie that has an all female basis, you make sure you want to cover over the other facts of proper storyline telling, great writing. You can't go based upon the fact that there is a female protagonist in this movie.
But that's the thing nowadays. If you're a woman, you're I mean, shit, you're at the top. And I mean, you are. Like, I'm not negating the things that women do. Trust me. I respect the fuck out of my wife. I respect the fuck out of women. I know what you guys go through. That shit's crazy.
I told Megan. You know? I told Megan as part of our conversation, like, no matter what you do, of course, there's some lines in not barriers, but lines that okay, maybe not try this, but whatever that your goal is, I will happily support it.
I mean, my thing, like, look, if you think that you can do everything I can do, fucking go for it. Have at it. More power to you. However, understand something. Being a man ain't the greatest thing in the world. Being a woman ain't the greatest thing in the world. I'm happy where I'm at because that's where I'm at. The thing I want to touch, though, is I think that women shouldn't have certain roles only for the simple fact of the importance that they have as being a woman. Understand something. I do not think women should be in combat. It's not because I'm sexist. It's not because I think that men are more designed for that role. But if we go shoving every female into combat and, you know, they get wiped out, who's having the babies? It's not going to be the guys. I don't care what you think. No, I don't care what you think. It's not going to be the guys. And I can put something scientific for you to put that in the aspect. You take 100 men, or you take 100 women and 10 men, and you put them on a deserted island. In 100 years, you'll have a thriving community. You put 100 men and 10 transgender men on an island. You come back in 100 years and you'll have 110 skeletons. So who's having the kids? Okay. Another thing is there's an emotional aspect to it. You have a soldier who falls in love with a female soldier in a combat aspect. Okay. In a combat capacity. They both work in a combat capacity. She gets smoked. Mm-hmm. What's this guy going to do? Reverse those roles.
Yeah.
What if he gets smoked? What is she going to do? Is she going to freak out and then she gets popped too?
No.
There's a whole, that's a possibility though. Duress can cause some fucked up things.
But society would look at it as like, this shouldn't happen to the female, as to where the male, like, he's getting stronger. You know, there's certain things in society that would.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
That's my aspect of it. That's my thought. Look, I wouldn't want to be a soldier and then fall in love with someone who I want to start a family with, and then she gets smoked in a convoy. I go all fucking Section 8 and shit.
Here's two things that I have to kind of, and it brings apart this subject. There are, and of course, I'm not going to say that there isn't strong, powerful females out there. There are.
I absolutely agree.
But in there's quite a bit that can't carry my weight. So say, like, in the sense where if we're in combat, if I weigh steadily around like 230, I would, guesstimating. That's without the gear. That's without my rifle. That's without my pack.
I couldn't carry your big ass with all that shit on. I know that.
So I asked a group of females that were in the Marines, female Marines, that asked me, if you were in a combative situation, would you be able to pick me up with all my gear, my packs, and everything? They didn't know. They said they didn't think that they could do it. Number two, this is a very, very touchy subject. Ready for this?
Go for it.
So depends on how it's done. I got out back in 2016. I don't know how it is done, like if they have their own separate barracks or whatever have you. But the immediate thought is that if you're trying to merger,
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I know exactly where you're going.
Females with males in the barracks. How many accusations that you would think that would go around, whether it be false or true?
Look, I've heard hundreds of stories about this. I can say the actual word, right?
Grape. I'll say grape.
Look, we're all adults here, but for YouTube's sake, grape happens in the military. Yeah. I'm not condoning it. Yeah. Don't misconstrue that. Mm-hmm. But it is a common fact that it happens. It happens in almost every aspect of life. You see it on the news, from the president's office to media to, your local church leaders. Yeah, like, people do it and it sucks. That is a thing that happens in the military, and I've heard plenty of stories about it. And recently, plenty of stories have come up where women have come to their, superiors, and then they end up disappearing. Mm-hmm. Okay? It happens. Now, I can't not sit here and say that if you try to introduce women into a male world, mm-hmm. That's going to sound, I'm going to sound, I'm trying to think of how to put this, but it's going to sound bad either way I slice it. And I think just for transparency, I think it's best just to say it how it is. You put vinegar and baking soda in the same container, mm-hmm. You're going to have a reaction of some point. To some context and degree, you're going to have a reaction. That's where I think that the whole integrated barracks thing is a fucking phallus of an idea. You cannot integrate barracks, and I can tell you why. Doing a little bit of human studies over in high school and college, you have a group of males who are driven by competition and testosterone in a platoon. Okay, you try to integrate women into that unit. What's going to happen? You have that male dominance factor already kicking in, the whole mine kind of thing.
Not only just that fact too, but some females will lie in some certain situations for the better.
I mean, yeah, it's happened.
Yeah,
stranger things have happened. It's happened.
Yeah,
like because someone there's so many reasons it can happen that it's baffling, but it happens.
And that's why I think
there should be some separation.
Like the great games, great things such as, you know, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like the Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Tomb Raider.
The Odyssey and Valhalla, yeah.
They did a great job with that. And previous roles that had females as protagonists, but there are some that could stink the box office, and there are some that could kind of put a blind eye to some women, you know, and like,
I mean, not everything has to be pink washed. Not everything has to be whitewashed. Not everything has to be blackwashed. Like, stay in your lanes, people. Stay in your lanes. I can't change what happened. Let's accept it, acknowledge it, move forward. But, like, I just think people are going crazy today. Like, they redid Little Mermaid, and, like, they had to change the character of Little Mermaid to fit a narrative. Like, I mean, you guys have stories. That's cool. I don't fucking care.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. Only because, like, I'm almost 40 years old. I don't really watch Disney like that anymore.
Yeah, if it's good.
I do with a kid, but even she watched it. She didn't like it. She was like, "That's not what I remember." Like the cartoon I remember, she's like, "That wasn't right."
I will say I do kind of like Moana.
Moana was a great movie. It was an original story.
Yeah, The Rock nailed it.
But think about it. But think about it. Cinderella, Rodgers and Hammerstein. Okay. Anglo-Saxon writers, Anglo-Saxon story. Hey, Anglo-Saxon characters. Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, all that stuff. And then you have Moana, story about a Polynesian princess. Fucking cool. That was a great movie. Princess and the Frog. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
And in those stories, they kept true to the characters because that was the identity of the characters in the story. Do you think that you can pass off Cinderella as a black woman and people wouldn't scratch their heads?
No, they did do a movie though with I forgot her name. A Louisiana-based princess, where like I think she was from Louisiana.
That was The Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, that was a great movie. That
was a great movie too. But do you think that you could pass off Snow White as an Asian chick?
No,
because the story wouldn't match. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, do you think that you could have put a redheaded white chick in the story for Moana?
No. It's kind of like
would work.
Kind of the same thing what they did with The Last Samurai.
No, The Last Samurai is actually based off a true story, off a true legend.
Oh, it is.
Like there's actual legitimate factors to that. There is actual legitimate factors that there was a black samurai as well. He was a slave who traveled over to the Middle East with his owner, his master, if you will, at the time. Yeah. Let's call it for what it was. Yeah. You know, let's use the vocabulary of the time. His master. Yeah. Traveled to the Middle East. His master died. He became a free man. Traveled all the way to Japan. Became a fucking samurai.
See, even I'm learning something new here. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so a lot of the story of The Last Samurai is a little fiction, a little nonfiction. There is stories of an American who became a samurai probably sometime after the black guy samurai because his story is a lot older. But fought with like the last turn of the samurai pretty much. Not to the same capacity that they showed in the movie. Still a great movie though.
Yeah,
I liked it. Most people didn't like it. I liked it. Last Samurai was a good movie.
Pretty good. I did not know that, so I apologize for going into it with thinking that it's kind of skewy.
No, but see, people traveled even way back in those times. So to sit there and say that, you know, it's just this world's going crazy, man.
But you know what company goes...
Just everybody, just stop with your bullshit. Stay in your lane. Stop being so fucking offended. Do your shit. Take care of your family. Stop worrying about mine.
And you know what company is, especially for this month, you know what company is going crazy with helping out for kids and delivering toys for them?
Article 1776.
Damn right. You liking that transition?
It was...
All right. Comparison to
yes.
last one. Shop at article1776.com and know that 5% of the proceeds this month would be donated to Marine Corps Toys for Tots.
Get them raggedy ass kids some toys.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You dirty kids ain't getting no toys.
So,
no, I mean, great charity. Been around for a very long time. Get a fucking hat.
Yeah.
Get a fucking hat.
Or don't get. We're not your dads, but shop.
I might be.
Yeah, go on that. But I want to say
I'm old.
I'm right behind you, sir.
Like, yeah, you're only like 2 years younger than me, aren't you?
Yeah. So
how old are you?
35.
Oh, I'm like a year older than you.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you all so much for watching, listening, wherever it be on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and looked like you had something to say there.
Yes, I do.
What's that?
Hang on a second.
I'll hold on to you.
Time of my life.
I'm holding. Okay.
Okay. So I don't have a dad joke, but I have some advice. And I'm actually directing this towards the asshole who was like, oh, if you're a graduate's an STI, gunsmith, getting guns. And I said that, at least I was trying to make myself better. So this is for you. And I hope you listen to this one. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Hold on. This is a comment. We're stating this statement is going directly towards you. Let me find his name. That statement was going directly towards you. What's his name? I know his name, and I read it into my head. I don't know.
Is it like Mike Hunt Hurts or something like that?
Mike Roach Burns.
Oh, Mike Roach Burns. Mike Roach Burns. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Remember that before you start, talking shit.
It's like his name is like if you put a joke to someone.
Get out of your mom's basement. Get your own basement.
Like, what's the word for this person's name? Mike space COX.
Mike Cox.
Yeah. Say that.
Mike Cox.
Yeah. Say that. It's kind of like that. But I want to say
Mike Cox, or like bend over.
Yeah. Ben Gay.
All right, let's get out of here before we kill these people.
I want to say thank you all so much for watching, listening, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you may find us. Thank you so much for watching, listening. And Scottsdale, please give them your socials, please. That too.
Sorry, yeah, Scottsdale87 on Twitch and Twitter, Scottsdale_87 on Instagram because Mark Zuckerberg hates me.
Yeah. And you'll find my socials in the link description below. Thank you all so much, guys. Freedom the fuck on.
Rotate.